Welcome to Shine Movement Space. Today we are using Reformer at-home resistance bands for a total body routine with focus on the legs and glutes. By using the strap on only one leg at a time, we'll challenge our core to keep us centered. I hope this class leaves you feeling balanced and engaged. Find yourself a place to anchor your bands, and let's get moving and shine together. Hello, thanks so much for joining me. We are using a Reformer at-home system today, so if you have that, go ahead and get it set up. We'll have the band around one of our ankles to start. You can also try this using a regular elastic resistance band by tying one end to a door or to a leg of a couch, and then making kind of a loop with the other end and putting that around your ankle. So play with that if you don't have the Reformer bands. All right, let's get started. We're starting just stretching out a little bit today, and then we'll get moving. So I want you to come up to your knees. I want you to feel a little tension on that back strap, but not like it's pulling your leg backwards. You're going to step the opposite leg forward here. And then we're going to shift our pelvis, tucking just a little bit under as we lean into that front knee a little bit. I still want you to try to keep that front knee over the ankle, and we're stretching out this hip flexor to start today. Good. Inhale here, and exhale. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper. Maybe that pelvis tucks under a little bit. Inhale, and exhale. Good. You can raise that opposite arm. We can reach up and over, finding a nice side stretch, and then back to center, and side stretch, and back to center. Very nice. Let the arms float to that top leg. You're going to take your pelvis, shift it backwards, and start to straighten that front leg. You can reach those hands towards the floor, trying to keep that bum going directly backwards, so try not to shift into your hip here. Or you can also shift forward and back. This part is just loosening up your body, creating a little space for the movement today. Let's do one more. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Letting go of the day and just coming into the moment. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Come back over that foot. Lift that upper body back up, and we'll step that knee backwards again. Okay, let's take a couple steps forward with the knee. Maybe we feel a little bit more tension on that strap. Tuck your chin and roll on down to all fours. Hands under shoulders and knees are under hips. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, tuck those toes under. Inhale here, we have a neutral spine. You're gonna wrap those abdominals with the spine and then hover those knees. Inhale to lower. Exhale, abdominal support, and we lift those knees. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift those knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pressing down through the floor, using those shoulders as well to support your lift. Let's do two more here. And one more. Very nice. Lower the knees, untuck the toes. Inhale. Keep that body weight centered. Exhale, that band knee lifts up. We extend the leg back and draw it in. Inhale back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale back. We try to keep that neck nice and long. For me, I'm just sometimes flexing my neck so that it sounds better into my microphone. But try to keep that neck nice and long. Energy through the crown of your head. Good. Inhale back. Keeping the weight centered. Inhale. And exhale. On the next one, leave that leg long. Good, keeping that weight centered, float the opposite arm up. Good, hold it here. Can you lift that leg in line with your hip? From here, you're going to lower arm and leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. What I want you to do is try to keep that back nice and straight. So as you lift, we're not arching the spine. Nice and controlled. You have 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm, bend the back knee in. Very nice. Shift back into a child's pose. Take the weight off those wrists. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Okay, from here, we're coming onto our stomach. So I want you to keep your hands kind of where they are. You shift your chest forward, bend your elbows, and lower yourself to the mat. Hands can come underneath you. You can rest your head on those hands. And then legs are about mat width apart. From here, you press the pubic bone into the mat. I want you to lift from underneath so that our bum is not popped up. Just pressing down, nice long neck, energy through the legs. We exhale, we hover the legs up. We let our heels find each other, bend those knees. We extend the legs long and we lower it down. Exhale, hover it up. Bend the knees, pull them in, extend it long, and lower down. So in this exercise, the hard part is keeping those hips nice and even and still with that single leg in the strap. Exhale, lift and bend and extend and lower. I'm going to show the next version if you'd like to try. You can keep those legs hovered, let the heels find each other, pull those straps a little closer to your bum, and then extend the legs, keeping them hovered. Neck stays nice and long. You can keep it rested. Again, I'm just being mindful of my microphone so that the audio sounds a little better. Let the heels find each other. Exhale, squeeze, pull in just a little bit more. Extend it out. And one more, exhale. We squeeze, we extend it, we hold it here. Arms come forward here. We exhale, lift the chest up. Hold it there. You are welcome to stay here, or you can float one arm up, the other arm up, and we hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower with control. Knees can bend. You can kind of sway the legs side to side. As you take a breath, I'm just going to show you some options for the next section. Good, we can start this laying on our side. So you can roll right over, stack those hips on top of each other and extend that top leg long, making sure you have some space under your body so you're lifted from underneath, nice and strong here. So that's option 1. Or option 2 is come on up to your knees. You're going to rotate and send that strap leg long. You stand on your knee. You're going to reach up and over. Let your hand find the floor here. Other hand can come to your waistline. We're pressing down through the floor to support from underneath. And then we lift our leg up. You're going to try to keep that about hip level. We bend, pull that strap in, and exhale. Flex that foot, send energy through your heel as the leg goes long. Bending it in, flexing it out. Bend it in, and flex it out. Then pull that strap in and flex it out. Bend it in. Flex energy through your heel. Try to keep that hip level if you can. Try to keep the legs parallel. Lots of balance challenge if you're kneeling here. Exhale, bend it in. Press it out. You have one more here. Bend it in. Press it long, point your toe. Little circles forward. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Guess what? We reverse. You have 8. Reach long. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You did it. One more. Bend your knee in. You're going to take that top arm, send it on the diagonal, and take a nice stretch here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Walk yourself back up. For the next section, we'll be laying on our back. So take a moment, get set up. Okay, here we are laying on our back. I want you to take a moment, let the ribs slide together. Feel your pelvis into the mat and feel your lower abdominals pressing your lower back just maybe a little more into the mat. Carefully float your legs up. And then we're going to press those heels together, toes apart, and send our legs long. We're continuing with some leg circles here. We hinge our legs up to 90, open them. Exhale, circle them long. Inhale, hinge them up. Exhale, circle long. Okay, with one foot in the strap, this is not easy to keep that pelvis stable, right? Inhale, exhale. So I want you to really fire on those deep abdominal muscles. Feel the muscles between your hip bones. Tense, helping you to keep that pelvis stable. Good, let's reverse the direction. We open the legs, hinge them up in the center, and exhale, press them down. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we press them down. I have noticed that one of my shoulders wants to creep up and help balance me. So I'm gonna make sure I give my upper body a nice check too. 2 more here. And last one. Good, bring heels together, toes apart on that high diagonal. Let's bend our knees and stretch them long. Bend them in and stretch. If you would like a little more core with this exercise, inhale here, exhale, nod chin to chest, reach the fingertips forward and curl on up. It's already a core challenge to help keep you balanced with one leg in the strap. Inhale. So as soon as I lift my hands and shoulders, I feel that my core needs to fight even more to keep myself centered. Good, few more like this. And last one. Very nice, lower down. Rotate your legs parallel now. Let's just take a few bend and stretch parallel. Very nice. Good. Exhaling as you press away. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Keep those legs long. Bend just the strap knee. Extend, bend the other knee. So we're alternating now. Alternating now. Very nice. If you want a little more for the abdominals, You can let those arms float behind your head. And then we're going to reach across as that strap knee comes in and lower in the center. Finding that oblique curl now. And lower. As you lower, we try to find that evenness through our hips. That balance. Good. You have 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Lower down, bend that opposite foot in. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Let the foot without the strap find the floor and extend that other leg long. Inhale, we bend the knee. Exhale, extend it long. Try not to let that hip lift from the strap. Try not to let it pull you backwards. And extend. Keep it towards the ceiling. If you feel more comfortable extending the opposite leg, you can. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, maybe that leg comes just a little bit closer. Inhale. And exhale. Open that leg just slightly side. And then back to center. And side. And center. Very good. Let's bend the knee. You can let your foot find the floor for a moment. You can roll to your side. Gently press yourself up. We are going to get set up for the other side. I need to change my arrangement here in my living room. So go ahead and set yourself up. Take the strap off of this foot, put it on the other one, and I'll meet you there. Okay, strap is on the other ankle now. Let's come to that all fours position. Neck is long, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhale, wrap the spine with the abdominals. Send your energy through the crown of your head. We're going to go ahead and start just hovering that strap knee, extending it long behind us, and then pulling it in. Extending it long and pulling it in. Good, so reaching that leg long behind you, start to try to lift it in line with your hip, but keeping those hip bones facing the floor. Inhale, or exhale to bend it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale. And inhale. So we exhale when we're pulling because we feel that resistance. And send it long, keeping our weight in the middle of our body, nice and centered. A few more like this. And on the next one, let's bend it in and extend it. Keep that leg long in the back. Reach that opposite arm forward. Feel that balance and then lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. I've lost a little tension on my strap. So if that happens to you, I may have set up just a little bit too close to the anchor. So if you need to adjust yourself, go ahead and do that. Inhale. And exhale on the next one. Hold it up. Hold, feel your center for 8, 7, 6, energy through the crown of your head. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bend your knee, let your arm find the floor. Take a little child's pose stretch if you need to. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, let's walk our knees just a little step back. Arms come a step forward. You shift forward and lower down to the mat. Find this position, energy through the crown of your head. Abdominals lift from underneath. Shoulders are out of our ears. We exhale, send energy long through our legs, hover them up. You bend your knees, your heels find each other. You extend them out and lower down. Remembering that head can be rested on those hands here. I keep lifting for that microphone that I have on. Exhale. Good. We lift the legs. We fold them in, let those heels touch. And out and lower. If you'd like to add on that second part of the exercise, you can leave those legs hovered, pull the heels a little closer to your bum, and then extend them out with the legs hovered. So you fold them in, let your heels touch. You pull it in. You extend them and unfold. So you pull them in, heels touch. They come closer to your bum. Release, try not to do what I just did, and unfold. Heels join, squeeze together, pull them closer in, release, and unfold. Let's hold the legs hovered here. Arms can come forward. Exhale, lift the chest. Energy through the crown of your head, shoulders drawn down and back. Good. You can stay here and hold, or you can hover one arm, hover the other arm, hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Let your legs sway side to side. You can bend your knees if that feels better. And then you can either make your way onto your side again, or you can press yourself up. Come to your knees. You rotate towards the side. The other leg extends long. You stand on that knee, and then you let your hand find the floor. Your hips are nice and stacked. We send that leg up. I like to keep my hand on this hip to make sure it's not hiking up. Very nice. You bend that leg in and extend it long. Flexing the foot here and extend. Bend it in and extend. Whew. It is hot and humid here in my apartment. I feel like I'm melting. Bend it in. Extend it long. In this position, we're pressing down to support ourselves from underneath. If your neck starts to hurt, you can look kind of on the diagonal or at the floor, just in front of your hand. Bend it in. Extend it long. Few more. Bend it in and extend. Last one, bend it in. Extend it long, point your foot, circles forward for 8, for 7, for 6. We're trying not to move in the upper body. Everything's still, what's coming from that hip joint. Good, let's reverse that circle for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, you did it. Bend your knee. Let that arm fold over. Take a nice diagonal stretch. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, you can let your hands come up. Very nice. We have our last portion of the class laying on our backs. So take a moment, get yourself set up here. I know it's not as simple moving around with this strap attached to your foot. So go ahead and find yourself on your back. Before we get started on this side, I wanted to show you an option. If you'd like a little more weight or resistance, you can always put the other strap around the arch of your foot. making sure that you're close enough to that anchor that you can keep your pelvis nice and stable on the ground. Okay, if you'd like to try this, go for it. Today I'm just going to do it with one strap. Exhale, let your rib cage slide together, abdominals engage, float the other leg up. Let your heels find each other and send those legs long on the diagonal. From here, you can leave your toes pointed. We'll hinge our legs up, open them, and let them meet on the diagonal. Hinge the legs, open, and let them come together. Good, so here, we're trying not to let our hips shift. We feel those deep abdominals pull together and towards the spine, lifting together, in and up. Inhale. Exhale, legs circle and meet. Inhale. And exhale. My ponytail is not in the right spot today. One more. Let the legs meet. Let's reverse that circle. Inhale to open. Exhale, bring them up and press down. Inhale. Exhale, the feet meet and press down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, keeping that pelvis nice and still. Let's do one more here. Good, legs meet on that diagonal, heels stay together, you bend your knees, they open to that diamond shape. Exhale, extend them out. Inhale to bend. Exhale, point and extend. Inhale, flex your feet, bend your knees. Exhale, send the energy long on the diagonal. And if you would like, you can add that head, neck, and shoulder lift. I'm really fighting on this side to keep my heels together. Need to activate those inner thighs as well. Reaching the arms forward. Feeling the whole body work together to keep you stable. A few more like this. And last one. Good, lower down with control. Let your legs find a parallel position. Ground your pelvis. Keep those hips even as you extend and bend. Exhale. And inhale as you extend your legs long. Try not to let your back pop up and arch. You want to keep that rib and hip connection in the front. And inhale. Exhale. Try to keep your feet even. Not easy, as easy as it looks. Good. On the next one, leave the legs long, bend the strap leg, and then we switch. And we switch. And switch. Good. Only going so low that we can keep that rib to hip connection and not arch the back here. So you can stay here if you'd like, or you can let the arms float behind the head and take an oblique twist as that strap leg comes in. So you're curling up and over towards the strap side knee. Exhale. And inhale, you choose. Exhale. Which level you want to stay at today? Making sure you feel nice and even like in the center here when you unfold. You want to feel that moment of balance before you lift up and over again. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Very nice. Let the knees come in. Give them a little sway. Let that bottom foot find the mat. Extend the band leg towards the ceiling. We bend the knee and extend the leg long here. Inhale to bend and exhale, extend. Inhale to bend. Exhale, extend. Very nice. You can stretch that bottom leg, lengthening through your hamstring here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let the leg come side just a little bit. Floating it side and center a few times. Very nice. Bend your knee, let it find the floor. You're going to fold yourself to the side and roll on up. Last thing here, I just realized we didn't stretch our hip flexor in that lunge before we started the second side. I'm so sorry. I think the heat and humidity is getting to me a little bit today. So let's do that right now. You're going to come up to your knees. You feel a little tension on that band, and then you step the opposite leg forward. Tucking the pelvis under, shift forward, knee stays over the ankle, and take a nice stretch here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Feeling that hip flexor open in the front here. You can reach up and over towards that side, that knee that's in the front, and come back to center. One more, reach up and over, and come back to center. Tip your upper body forward, let your hands find the floor, shift backwards, straighten that front knee, sending that bum behind you. If this is a little uncomfortable, just try to move through, shifting forward and back. Maybe that's a little more comfortable. And good. I'm gonna pause here for one more breath. Inhale and exhale and inhale. On the exhale, shift back forward. Let your upper body float back up. Let your knee come back. Let's take off that strap here. And let's end class as usual with a nice deep breath. Inhale, scoop up all that energy you just created. I am scooping up all the heat and warmth in this room. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, bring it to your center. Inhale, exhale, feel your heart beating, feel nice and alive. Thank yourself for doing something good for your body today, for your mind, and for your spirit. Inhale. Exhale, send that energy forward through the rest of your day. Roll your shoulders. And I thank you for joining me as well. I hope you feel nice and warmed up and mobile like I do right now. If you enjoyed this routine, I would appreciate, of course, a little like, a subscribe, and encouraging comment. It really goes a long way to know I've connected with someone out there and that it's benefited you. So please let me know if you have a few extra moments. Also, be sure to check the description. I'm going to link a complimentary class that focuses on the upper body a little bit more, and some other ones as they become available. So go ahead and give the video a save so that you can come back to the description and check those. And above all, I really hope you have a great rest of your day, that you continue to shine, and I hope to see you again. Bye. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support, and I hope you'll join me again.